Okay, welcome back. So we covered the 90% bag, 90% of the tools I need for any do-it-yourself home projects. I do have a separate bag for electrical work that we'll go through here. Um, and let's open it up and take a look. Before we go inside, let's look what's on the outside pocket here. So we've got Fluke volt tester. Very useful one. I noticed this is the one that a lot of the YouTube electrical folks use. I'm not an electrician, so I'm sure if you were doing this professionally, you'd have different stuff. This is really for a weekend warrior kind of guy. So I've got a voltmeter, multimeter. And then on this side, I've got a little thing of electrical tape. Don't really use that much. And then I've got these wire strippers. So they're really nice. They can strip the jacket off of wires, or they can strip an individual wire. And it even has this kind of flip down piece so that if you really wanted to strip everything at a consistent length, you can utilize it there. And it also has a little cutter here and some crimps. So this is a nice one. The brand is K-Wheats. It came recommended on one of the other YouTube channels. And then a Klein tool stripper, and it's got 14-2 and 12-2 for that's for stripping the outer jacket, and then you can strip the wires, and it's a pretty standard wire cutter. I've got a needle nose pliers and linesman's pliers. These are not insulated ones. I think if you're a professional, you'd use an insulated one, or if you're working on a lot of 220 volts, definitely recommend that. Just a little level. But I have levels in my everyday bag also. Okay, so let's look inside. See what we got here. So first I'll take you through this inside piece. So we got some wire nuts here, and I've kind of moved away from the wire nuts a little bit. A lot of people recommended these Waco 221s. They come in 5 conductor, 3 conductor, 2 conductor. They're really nice. They just flip open. You stick the wire in there. You visually confirm it went all the way, and then you flip it shut. So really handy. It takes up less space in most cases than the wire nuts, but it really gives you a good sense that all the wires are connected well. I've got a couple of like crimp ones for like connections that could get wet. Never use those really. And I also have a couple of random screws for like the type that you'd see on the outlet covers, as well as some of the common screws that hold the outlet in place, and ground screws as well. So that's my sort of miscellaneous stuff that sits on the inside. And then I've got sort of wire cuts from other electrical projects. So this thing can get a little bit, out of control. This wire is not that expensive, so every once in a while, I just kind of ditch it if I have too much in there. Here I just have some alligator clips, which really helps when using this multimeter for diagnostic work. Really useful for that. In this pocket here, I've got, these are spacers. So if you ever have a problem where you're trying to put an outlet in and you keep tightening it, but it's sinking in behind the sort of deeper in than the drywall surface, it means that the box was not brought up flush to the surface of the drywall. And it really makes it so that it's either loose or it's in too far. So they make these spacers in like 3 different sizes, I think, and you just kind of put that in there, and it makes up for the distance of a box that was installed too low. I've also got this circuit breaker locator. So if you're not sure which circuit breaker is associated with the circuit that you're working on, you can plug this into the circuit that you're working on, then go down to your breaker box and kind of move it up and down, and you'll kind of hear like a beep, 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 beep when it gets closer and this light lights up. It's not perfect, but it has helped me a few times find a circuit. And then in this pocket, I have a little tester that shows that you've properly wired the outlet as well as a ground fault test. So that one's useful. And then I've got some screwdrivers. I've got 2 small Phillips and straight, 2 medium kind of Phillips and straight, and then a very small straight one. But if you saw my toolbox tour on my everyday box, I talked about this little quick release screwdriver handle, which is really nice. The fact that it's quick release, the bits don't fall out when you're tightening it up. And in that video, I explained that for electrical work, you can use these Phillips for the side of electrical outlets for like tightening the wires on there. But one thing I learned a while back is that they have these Robertsons, #1 and #2, or sometimes square, depending on what you look at. And these actually make a much better grip on the side of the electrical outlets. The #1 is used for the outlets or light switches themselves. I think I forget which one's bigger. Maybe #1's the smaller one that's used. And then the bigger one is used for like a circuit box, if you're actually doing some wiring on a circuit breaker. So this actual tool I use more often than those. But you still need like a straight edge one for getting the cover off. So this is my go-to bag. So if I'm going to do electrical work, I'll grab my everyday bag, I'll grab the electrical bag, and off I go. So hope you're enjoying the videos. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and give me feedback on what else you'd like to see.